Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming to our flagship store here on Boylston Street. AT&T connects Boston, and there's no better way to connect Boston and bring people together and unify communities than through the arts. And so we are so proud to be a small part of this fabulous program. We are excited to have these talented musicians and artists with us here in the store. Their gifts and their talents will be gracing our employees and our customers, and we're so grateful to you. And lastly, I want to thank and recognize the leadership of Mayor Marty Walsh and Julie Burros for their recognition of how important it is to bring the business community together with the arts community and how powerful that combination can be. And with that, it is my honor to introduce Boston's Mayor, Marty Walsh.
Thank you very much, Patty, and I want to thank you and AT&T for your corporate citizenship and involvement in so many different things, and also the space today. Truly, you've been a great asset to our city, so thank you and the whole company. And I want to thank Julie Burros and all of the folks that are here that helped Julie create our cultural plan. Probably, I think it was the first one in the history of the city. We might have had something years ago, but I think the first one certainly in the last 4 or 5 decades. And really what we're seeing in our city now is, I don't want to say a resurgence because we have so many great arts programs and people in our city, but kind of a renewed involvement on behalf of the city of Boston. So I want to thank Julie for her great work. I also want to thank the two bands performing today, the newest users of the space, Equilibrium and Castle of Our Skins. So I look forward to hearing you. I don't know if I'm going to hear everything. I'll hear some of it, but I want to thank you very much. When we launched Boston Creates last summer, one of the things that we talked about was a rehearsal space for pilot programs. And our goal was to take underutilized public spaces and turn them into a rehearsal space for artists, because oftentimes artists will say the biggest thing that they don't have is a place to be able to practice and play. Getting enough space, whether it's for living or rehearsing or practicing, certainly is a challenge in doing that. So we're trying to find new creative ways of finding that space, and certainly today is an example of us doing that. And I want to again thank Julie and her team and thank the artists that are here. AT&T was one of the first, I think the first company to step up and to answer our pilot program call. Again, I want to thank Patty and AT&T for opening their doors. This is not the first time they've opened the doors for us. We've called them on many different events and many different things that we're doing in the city of Boston, but this is a little different. This is something that's unique. It's something different, and I think the potential opportunity here is exciting, but it also sets an example of our private sector working with the community to really open the doors for people and having more opportunities and more synergy like this. Initiatives like this are going to be accessible for people all throughout our city. And I think one of our biggest goals is to keep artists in the city of Boston. And how do we do that? And you know, we have a great history here of having great artists here and great performers. And what we want to do is not just keep the people here, but attract new people to our city. So having institutions and companies like AT&T and other institutions and organizations opening their building is going to help us to continue to contribute to the city, but in particular contribute to the artists in our city. So I just want to end by thanking everybody for being here today. Those are the public that's here today. I know there's a few people from the public. This is something new, something different, thinking outside the box. And we're going to continue to try and think outside the box in the city of Boston. Many of the artists that are going to use this space have to think outside the box every single day on how they do what they do. So again, thank you very much, and to Patty and AT&T, thank you. To Julie and her team, thank you very much. Am I bringing you up? Patty's bringing you up. Sorry, Patty.
And now, I can't even tell you how cool this is to be able to introduce our very first group to be performing in our store. This is cool, it's very exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Equilibrium.
Sure, I'm just going to say a word. Hi, so my name is Misha Solkine-Pearl. I'm the artistic director of the Equilibrium concert series. First, I just want to say thank you so much to the mayor and the arts office and to AT&T for this program. This is, I can't say how helpful this is going to be, and I really am looking forward to seeing this take off with groups around town. Equilibrium's been running, we're now in our 6th season. We started, most of us fresh out of graduate school here in the city, And we specialize in contemporary classical music written by composers with some sort of local connection. So people who grew up here, people who've lived here for a long time, or people who recently moved here and are really trying to make a presence for themselves. So we try to represent a broad variety of different artists and different styles. So Nicole Parks, a violinist from our own ensemble, is going to perform a couple excerpts of a new piece by another member of our group, Aaron J. Myers, that he wrote just for her. And I think this is the first time it's going to be heard. So something to know about this music, and one of the reasons it's really great for us to have this support, it's strange. It's different music. You're going to hear sounds you don't normally expect to hear from a violin, and I think that's what makes it great. So I'm going to let Nicole take it from here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nicole, and thank you to the Equilibrium Ensemble for joining us, and congratulations on being awarded this space. I'm Julie Burros, the Chief of Arts and Culture, and thank you. And I want to thank the mayor for his support and his leadership, for really having the vision to create a cultural plan for Boston. I want to thank all of our supporters and partners in Boston Creates. A lot of you guys are in the room. We've got members of our steering committee and our leadership council and some of our funding partners. So thank you to the Barr Foundation and the Klarman Family Foundation. I also want to thank AT&T for stepping up. Space is an incredible resource, and it's such a great way to populate public spaces with incredibly new, cool experiences. I want to thank the whole team who helped put this together. We have a member of our jury who helped review proposals and choose Scott Wheeler, who's a composer, helped us with that, so thank you so much. This is the kind of collaboration we want to foster and support in Boston Creates. Making the plan a reality will take working together, and this is a great example of that in action. So we're just thrilled to see it come to fruition, and we're excited to be bringing more of these collaborations forward in the next several months. Together, we're all going to help these incredibly creative people to explore and build their art and draw new audiences to their art. So with that, I want to introduce to you our next performers and the other people who are going to be benefiting from this incredible space. The group is called Castle of Our Skins, and they are a Boston Cultural Council grantee. I'm so pleased to report that. And they're really dedicated to promoting the work of composers of color. And the group include Fred Van Ness, Ashley Gordon, and Javier Caballero. Please help me welcoming them.
Thank you so much for this opportunity, AT&T, and certainly the city. This means a lot. My name is Ashley Gordon. I'm the artistic director and co-founder of Castle of Our Skins, and at the heart of what we do is really education and trying to foster cultural curiosity, specifically in the culture of Black communities from across the diaspora. We lead everything, as I said, is educational, so whether it's in the concert hall, pairing history and music and spoken word in the concert hall, our edutainment recitals. We are in residence at the Roxbury YMCA and get to perform the music of Black composers and tell a little bit more about those composers. We also do interactive educational workshops in schools for kindergartners all the way up through high school. And we have a international call for works from composers, any age, any ethnicity, any nationality, to write us music inspired by Black history, Black culture. That concert, one of those concerts will actually happen on March 24th, and there's some information here as well if you would like to know more about that. The piece that we're going to be performing for you today is from our O Freedom project, which was our debut performance at the Museum of African American History in Beacon Hill. And this project took civil rights themes of freedom and abolitionist rights themes of freedom and modernized them for a 21st century audience. This particular piece is called Song of the Coffle Gang, and it's said that the words were from Africans when they were brought over from America. Most likely it was an abolitionist song, but it still has that feeling in its lyrics. And there is a line in there about husbands and wives being torn apart. And Mr. Mayor, we wanted to especially perform this for you today in our support of your very vocal advocacy for sanctuary cities and ensuring that, thank you. That regardless of how you come to this country, whether it's with brute force or to immigrate, to educate, to have a better life, that you are safe here and can prosper in this great city. So thank you.
Post The children's screams, it breaks my heart. There's a better day a-coming. Will you go along with me? There's a better day a-coming, the sound of jubilee. Oh, gracious Lord, whence will it be that we poor souls shall all be free? Lord, break them slavery powers. Will you go along with me? Lord, break them slavery powers, go sound the jubilee. Dear Lord, when slavery will cease, then we poor souls can have our peace. There's a better day a-coming. Will you go along with me? There's a better day a-coming. Go sound the
don't know what to say. I'm speechless. Thank you. That was incredibly moving, and what a gift. And we're so grateful to all of the artists for your performances today, and for gracing our store with your talent. And obviously, I want to conclude by thanking Mayor Walsh for his leadership in bringing the business community together with the arts community. It's a very powerful combination, and we're just so looking forward to being part of this program. Thank you, Mayor Walsh.